Pennines. The weather in Yorkshire this morning was pretty bad, but over here, as you can see, the pitch in perfect condition at Salford as Wigan run out. And what a match this is in prospect, with the pitch in excellent condition. Well, David Watkins isn't the only man who's made a comeback to Salford today, because one of our cameramen, Nev Clark, actually played for Salford as well in the A-team back in 1960, and he was telling me before the match that he scored a dramatic try down in one of the corners of the pitch here. Salford, the Red Devils kick off, and I'm sure that revenge, David, will be very much on their minds, having been beaten by Wigan in the Lancashire Cup final.
It certainly will. They are looking forward to today's game. I know that. They want to prove that they are good enough. I'm sure they are, and they have played quite well this season, getting to the final of the Lancashire Cup, of course, and this game is eagerly awaited to show just how good they are.
The official today, Steve Cross from Hull, using the whistle already. First penalty has gone to Wigan. Always seems strange to see Wigan playing in anything other than their cherry and white hoops. They're in blue and white today. And Steve Hampson pumping that one up very close to our commentary box here on the halfway line. Fisticuffs, so it might be a cold day here in Salford, but there's a lot of hot air down on the pitch. And the referee already having words with loose forward Mark Horrow. And the Wigan roar goes up. As here they come with Andy Gregory involved. Shelford, Gregory again there, and a good little reverse ball as well to Ian Lucas. It was a bit frenetic to say the least. That wasn't a good ball, but it's picked up now by Hanley. Dean Bell. Here's Kevin Iro, and he can't get away from the tackle. Actually did very well there, Peter Williams, to hold on to his man. Dermot along the line, Gregory misses out Hanley. That wasn't a good ball, but it's picked up by Steve Hampson, who will kick. And it's an angled kick, and an awful one, but well taken by Adrian Hadley. An exciting start from him. First time we've seen the Welsh international in action, and I've no doubt, David, you'll be very interested in the performance of Adrian Hadley.
I will, because he was a good rugby union player. He's a big lad, he is rather quick as well, and that helps immensely. Salford have been very impressed with him, and I suppose that's what really matters.
Peter Brown boots that ball straight out of the ground. Although it's just come back in, but a good kick from Peter Brown. He's here again now, with it in his hands. We saw Brown last week in the World Cup final, and that's another penalty, and a second one against Dennis Betts for speaking out of turn. Something I can never understand. It's happened in soccer over the years, but in rugby league, it wasn't one of the worst traits.
No, it isn't, and quite rightly so. The referee, he knew what he did. The referee did penalise him, and it's all it's done is made Salford's goal-kicking task a little easier.
But that was a lack of discipline, which Brown will hope to punish. Points of the game belong to Salford and to Peter Brown. Excellent kick from the New Zealander. Hanley, it wasn't a good pass, he had to turn around to take it. And as always, there are three men on Ellery Hanley. Just look at his brute strength, still managing to go forward, even with all those men hanging on. Dean Bell. goes in very quickly there to have a look at the tackling and make sure it was all right. Betts. Wigan have a big following here at Salford today, and Shelford has done well. Gregory, Hanley, they're steaming up here on the outside. Kevin Iro back inside for Hampson, who'd supported him well. Gives it back to Tony Iro. And Wigan, this is their strength. They keep the momentum of their attacks going. They get the ball away in the tackle. This is looking good here for Wigan. And the ball is snaffled for Salford. Well, it was looking good. Always fatal to say something like that. And Ian Blease certainly served his side well then.
He did. Salford's defence were coping quite well with it, but the strength obviously of Iro when he came through then caused them great difficulties. But Wigan have come here today showing obviously that they are back to their best and moving the ball about as often as they can.
Safe catch from Hampson, and straight upon him where Ian Bragger, the new signing, and Paul Shaw, and they've roughed him up too much there, and again speaking out of turn, and Shaw and Hanley having a little bit of a bit of a set to. Penalty for Wigan. Decide to run it at the last moment there. The valiant little ploy, that either. And again Iro is there. Kevin Iro, this is back inside for his brother Tony. Really imaginative, and good to see the two Iro brothers in harness as they were there, and they've got such a good understanding as you would expect. Well, Salford really needs some encouragement in this game. They've come off much the poorer in recent meetings. Wigan again rely on Brian Case's strength to set them up. Andy Platt. Wigan really are in the mood, you can sense it up here.
They really are. They're making the ground, you can hear the people, the atmosphere is incredibly.
I'm sure this does remind you of those days back in the 70s, David, and there were huge crowds at the Willows, as there is a good one today. But Salford holding firm. Hanley might try and go himself. Ellery Hanley with that terrific strength of his. Shelford now. Out on the wing is Tony Iro, trying to plunge his way over on the fifth tackle. So Salford have held their line so far, and they've got the ball. That's the second time they've managed to do that.
Well, that's really frantic defence by Salford, but when you have a Wigan side playing on song as they are playing now, it makes life very difficult for any side, and Salford have been very fortunate to get away with it on a couple of times.
More tackles because Wigan actually got a hand to that ball somewhere in the move. Well, it's a rough, tough game, is rugby league these days. Penalty again. Penalty's gone to Wigan. "11 minutes gone, 10 penalties awarded, 6 of them to against Salford. So Wigan want to level things up. It's only about, it's just inside the 25. Bit of an angle. Eminently kickable. And he's fluffed it. Well, he'll be disappointed with that. He kicked 9 successfully against Runcorn last week. Wigan having to employ a new hooker with Martin Dermott off the field and Ian Potter on. At Salford for the first time. That's a head tackle for which Dean Bell, or is it Steve Hampson, is going to get immediate retribution. Dean Bell, who is going off for 10 minutes. Certainly caught his man around the head. I can't say I'm surprised to see Bell going off. Well, most players remember their debuts, and Ian Bragger will certainly remember his debut for Salford. £20,000 signing from Keighley on Friday. He's already off the pitch as a result of this.
Yes, Salford trying to move the ball quickly. It's the first time they've really had any opportunity, and Bell went in, no intentions of going low then, and it did catch him high, and he's gone off. And as I said, 10 minutes not enough, I don't think. It should be in a send-it-off. The player obviously suffering as a result of it.
Bragger bleeding from the mouth, and he has been replaced. So early disruption to both lineups. Of Ian Bragger, which is a straight switch, but good running here from the Salford hooker, Ian Gormley, former Widnes man. It's the first time that Salford have had a chance really to pen Wigan back inside their own 25, as they do here through Ian Blease. Williams, Cairns now, Brown's coming storming forward. This is looking good for Salford, and they've led up here, and there really should be a try for the loose forward, Horrow! New Zealander Mark Horrow goes over for the first try of the game. His second try in only 3 games for Salford, so he's made an early impact.
Well, it all started from an injustice to a Salford player, where Salford now moving the ball out quickly, catching Wigan, of course, down to 12 men, and moving it wide, and this is a sensible thing to do. By moving it wide, leaves the defence stranded. Hampson's tackle couldn't hold him. A wonderful try.
Not quite, but it's 6-0, and Salford have taken full toll of Wigan being depleted.
Yes, they did. They moved the ball about well, and that was important. A wise thing to do, because Wigan down to 12 men, having to reassemble. Watch how they move it now. They decide now they've got to move it out wide, and the ball goes along the field. And the Wigan defence already carried in. And look, even the cover defence can't get out as wide as the attack is going. And just the dummy, Hampson's tackle couldn't hold him. Not enough people there. Good try.
Gregory showed it, nearly gave it to Shelford. That was brilliant, but Hanley uncharacteristically puts it to ground.
Well, Wigan are really making a show of it, because I would have thought one man down, they might have tightened up a little bit. They seem to be at 6s and 7s. Hanley's obviously had a word and maintains they've got to move the ball out wide and using the Ira brothers. And my gosh, those 2 players really are taking on this Salford defence at every opportunity.
Salford's turn to face the music. And this a very straight kick for Kevin Iro. Oh, would you believe it? He's missed that one. Well, 2 out of 2 that he really should have kicked. Platt, Gregory, Shelford, Hanley. The ball to Bell there, has come back on almost unnoticed after his 10 minutes out of the action. Potter's pass wasn't a good one to Hanley. It's an up and under, or an up and over, whichever way you look at it, I suppose. Gregory ducks and darts, and he gets towards that Salford try line. Last tackle again, though. Salford continuing to hold out as Hampson goes for the kick over the top. Tries to follow up his own kick. Bravely taken by Horrow. Well, we saw him touch down at the other end of the field. He touched down over his own line then, gratefully. He's going to have trouble playing the ball, mind you. Wigan, a pile driver coming in there, trying to get that ball back. Well, they'd amassed dozens of points by this time last week at Wigan. It's not often have to wait half an hour to get on the sheet. Oh, excellent relieving kick.
That was a brilliant kick by Peter Williams, and that's one of his strengths. We've said about his kicking out of the hand, and that was a superb kick. That's really taken the pressure off his Salford defence.
And he's settled to this game so well. There's a marvellous crowd here, and so unusual, of course, at Salford, massed behind the posts. That's good to see. What a perfect view they've got. Past Shaw, but not very far. The cover tackling excellent once more. Always 2 or 3 of them there. Steve Herbert and Andy Gregory have got words to say to one another. And Shelford once more has Andy Black steaming away on his right. Andy Black running like a 3/4, and he can get up and still go on. And Tony Iro just couldn't get away. His ankle caught. Otherwise he had to be a scorer. The line would have been undefended. And Iro and Horo, 2 New Zealanders, but they're also 2 professional rugby league players. They're having a bit of a go at one another. And Tony Iro, 5 yards out. Coming up towards half-time, Wigan dearly need a try. Gregory gets the ball away, and it's Platt, 2 yards out. Platt probably deserved to score after the rampaging run he made. Gregory for Hanley, twists back inside, Hanley shows it, and there must be a try for Shelford. Well, Adrian Shelford is making a speciality of scoring against Salford. His only previous try in this country was in the Lancashire Cup final against the same opposition. And the right psychological time for Wigan to get on the sheet.
Well, Salford have defended desperately, but you can't defend desperately all the time against a side with so many star players. Hanley shakes off the tackler. Shelford up with him at his shoulder. He knows where he's going, and that's a good try.
There you see the simplicity of the kick. And 6-6 it is. Well, it might have gnawed away at his mind that he'd missed 2, but if he'd have bluffed that one, I would have been astonished.
That's right. I don't think you had any doubts where that was going to go.
Important tackle, that one, made by Ian Lucas. Brown still managing to get it away. We'll be hearing the hooter any second now. So, is there anything Salford can do before that? The last tackle. Brown. Good ball out to Ken Jones as well, who drifts it back infield. And Jones followed up as well to make the tackle on Wigan fullback Hampson. This has to be a penalty against Jones. Hampson was merely preparing to play the ball.
Yes, he went into the ball. It's always a difficult decision as a fullback to allow. Once you allow it to bounce, you leave yourself all kinds of problems. But he did recover well, and there's no doubt in Ken Jones committed an offence.
What was interesting was that Wigan, who had the opportunity to kick the ball out, elected to run it. Very strange decision inside their own 25, so close to half-time, and now they've conceded another penalty, which gives a much better chance for Brown to restore Salford's lead. We've already had 2 minutes of time added on in this first half. So Peter Brown. And this time he accepts the chance. Salford lead 8-6. So the second bite at the cherry paid off, and the hooter has gone. And so before the start of the second half, there are 3 sporting personalities down on the touchline with Nick Powell.
Well, 2 football men, John, but we'll start with Paul Allen, Lancashire cricketer. Paul, enjoying it?
Yes, great, isn't it? It's a great way to spend a very freezing afternoon. Marvellous entertainment.
But if fancy being out there?
No, I'd far rather face Malcolm Marshall than be out there.
And Neil Mitchell, you're very much a Salford fan, aren't you?
Oh yes, I like my rugby league. I come every Sunday. I find it therapeutic. Salford or Swinton. I love the way they accept the referee's decisions and the tackles. Yeah.
John McGrath, enjoying it?
Very much so. The only good thing about it, I'm sat in the stand. I wouldn't fancy playing out there. Even the mascot's bigger than some of the Preston North End players.
Well, let's very quickly have a prediction from each of the three of you. John?
I fancy Wigan.
Neil?
A few sore noses. I'm going to tip Salford.
Paul?
Yeah, I fancy Salford as well, yeah.
We shall be watching and waiting as we rejoin John Held.
Thanks, Nick. Well, we'll see the way those predictions go. It's Salford 8, Wigan 6 as we resume. And straight back to it with Peter Williams kicking downfield into the hands of Steve Hampson. Gregory, it's his turn to kick. Very good angle kick as well, one which Gibson has to chase back for. And it's aerial ping pong at the moment. 4-1, Salford taking the first half scrums. That's not surprising in that Martin Dermott retired very early on, not one against the head. Salford have conceded 11 penalties against Wigan's 9. But Wigan have made more errors. It's unusual, 8-6. Hanley again finding Shelford. And Hanley and Shelford seem to have developed quite an understanding.
Yes, they have, and they're both strong runners. And when they do get the ball in good positions, they can break defences down.
Well, Gregory really has got his kicking boots on. That's a lovely kick. Again, he's looking a little bit groggy. Cairns, this is better. There's a running chance here for Bentley, who switched wings, and Bentley's still going, and he's got support inside him. Oh, the ball just didn't fall kindly, but Williams kicks it on. Penalty's given. Well, Keith Bentley had got across there, and that was an exciting run from the former Great Britain wingman.
Watch Bentley now, he really goes motors. This is speed. Acceleration taken just outside the tackle of Andy Gregory, but Angry cuts him off, and the pass inside was to no good effect, and the chance was lost.
Swatting them off like flies.
Well, you did say earlier that he hasn't shown his best form, but he's starting to now, and having the confidence, Wigan back to full strength, and he's really knocking and running into people, taking the defence on.
Moving the ball nicely now inside for Hanley. Oh, and Hanley shows his power and his strength, and this is magnificent running from Ellery. Hanley, who's taken it to within 15 yards of the Salford line, and that was the best we've seen of Hanley today. Quite magnificent.
Well, we said he was fit and strong, and to knock off 3 people who virtually have hold of him is incredible.
Gregory shows it and doesn't give it, and now flings it out, and Kevin Iro on the burst will find Tony Iro for the corner, and a try. It's been threatening. Hanley made the initial inroads, and then when that ball was flung out, the Iros and Gregory were all involved. Tony Iro's over. His 12th try of the season.
Well, Wigan now have been under a lot of pressure in defence. Salford have taken the game to them, but they haven't. Look at the guy, knocks 3 off, leaves him for dead, comes in, still can't hold him. Moving now, Gibson is drawing out on the outside. He's still able, even though he's tackled, to get rid of the ball. And that's the hallmark of a great player. And despite the fact he's being knocked in that tackle, they've really taken the game to Salford. And from that, it was inevitable, I suppose. They turned their advantage into points. They moved the ball out wide, a long pass by Andy Gregory, and it's the Iro brothers who really finish it all off.
first time in the match. Wigan have their noses in front. Kevin Iro's record to date is 1 kick out of 3. This is the most difficult one he's attempted, and he's fluffed that one as well, but it wasn't an easy kick. Wigan in front, 8-10. So now is the time for Salford to show their character.
Yes, they know what they have to do. They always look dangerous when they're up there. They'll have to use Peter Williams now to keep them up, keep Wigan in their own half.
Oh, Hadley's kick caught Kevin Iro out there. He didn't show himself to be such a good soccer player as he is a rugby player. It's given Salford a chance, 10 yards from the Wigan line. They'll have the foot in. Out on the Salford side, and Cairns and Shaw combine, and Hadley. Peter Williams is close to the line, and he's still going. There should surely be a try here for somebody. Bentley. Oh, and Jones, is he in? Yes! Ken Jones is awarded the try. They were queuing up for that one. And Ken Jones was given the try, but now I think he's, well, there's all sorts happening here now. Jones has taken the ball back, wanting to attempt a conversion. Yes, and it's the try has been awarded, but Dean Bell has been in trouble once, and I think he's off now. I think he put a fist in after the try was scored. What happened was that Jones was tackled literally a couple of yards short, and then managed to haul himself forwards again. But Peter Williams, as you can see, was the player who'd been taken out by Bell.
It really was. It was an incident again. He'd been warned once. He got away with the second time when he went rather high for Peter Williams once before. And of course, there was no telling the second time. The referee's been quite right and has sent him off.
Forshaw has been a victim on a number of occasions of head tackles this season. And Williams just cannot stand, and he's laid on the stretcher. And what a sad sight that is. It's a sad sight not only for himself, but for the game of rugby league.
Well, it is really. I mean, there just isn't any need of it. We've all suffered as players, and it's a sad state of affairs when people have to go high. And I believe that, rightly so, they should go for it. There should be no 10-minute sin bin. In this instance, if it was Dean Bell, then he's done it the second time and got away with it, you see.
And Salford's number 15, David Major, will be the replacement for Peter Williams. So Peter Brown will attempt to improve that try by Ken Jones. From right out on that far touchline. But success or failure, Salford know they're back in front. They couldn't have hit back at a better time. Here's Brown's kick, hoists it high, but didn't quite have the length. 12-10 it is. It's a cracker of a game for some of the right reasons and some of the wrong ones.
Yes, it really is. Well, Salford have taken the game to Wigan, and they've shown too they can move it, and this is a well-drawn ball. Drawn the man, Peter Williams now sensing that there's a chance for him going, but what a lovely sidestep. He comes across, throws a long floating ball to Steve Gibson. Gibson likewise throws the floating ball, and Ken Jones, although he's knocked down by the tackle out of Iro, still gets over for the try. What a lovely try.
20 minutes to go yet as well. And this is not one of those games where you say, well, the next try will sort it out. Either side's capable of scoring. Gregory's boot, which relieves the pressure for Wigan. Good long kick and the ball's gone out.
Yes, I think that's important now. They are down now in numbers to 12. They've got to keep the game in Salford's half. They can't afford for Salford to come up in their own half. And really, their only chance is now to use the kick as often as they can to take the pressure off themselves.
And danger for Salford. He's the first man up there. This is Porro. So Jones has taken on the kicking role from Williams. Williams having gone off, and how well he's done it. What a superb kick by Ken Jones.
Isn't it amazing when you score a try and you get your nose in front, how much the confidence goes through the whole of the side. And Jones took that ball into the middle, kicked to the farthest touchline where there's less number of people, and found a marvellous touch.
Andy Gregory will feed the scrum. Read it correctly, but it looks as though it's come out for Salford. So one taken there by Ian Gormley. So very important, and chances here, and Shaw's going to score for Salford. He took the pass, and he dives over to the acclamation of the Salford fans. The little Australian sends them wild. And it's his first try for Salford, and what a time to get it.
Well, that was a wonderfully worked try, and something that Salford deserved. That's following that superb kick to touch, it was a scrum.
And again it was Major who made the initial burst, Shaw at his elbow.
Well, you see, watch this. So look what the defence is tennis now, because they haven't got the same number of people on the field. He runs straight. Now Paul Shaw, like all good stand-off halves, backs up his loose forward and has a clear-cut path to the line. And he's delighted to get over near the post, and he makes it count.
It's 16-10, and a terrific chance here for Peter Brown to make it 18-10. He takes it, and Wigan now have to score twice. 18-10.
See the loose forward taking the men on. He knows that they're down in numbers, slips a superb pass to Shaw, and Shaw goes over for what could be a crucial try.
Well, Salford nosing in front, and I'm sure their coach Kevin Ashcroft must be a very happy man down on that touchline.
Well, Kevin, now if the lads stay sensible, it should be your match.
Yeah, if they stay sensible, that's what they've got to do now. They've got to hold them out, that's all, and just play as we have been playing, and it should be no problem.
Think we're going to do it?
Yeah, well, knock on. Yeah, you know, I mean, the game plan's working well, and they've just got to, you know, carry on doing what they're doing.
Yeah, well, thanks very much indeed. John Hull.
Coming forward, caught around the neck by Worrell. Hanley, oh, he saw the gap and went through it, and it's, oh, he's rocked off his heels there. The tackle from Brown. It's thunderous stuff, is this? Hampson's there again. He's got one or two options as well. Shelford. Is it any wonder that people are turning up in their droves to watch rugby league when they get this quality of entertainment? Gregory back again, Hanley, almost intuitive that he's by his side. Last tackle though, Wigan won't feel that drop goals are much good at this stage, but Gregory's kick is a beauty. That's going to put Gibson under some pressure, and he'll be hauled back over his own try line, and there'll be a kick out under the post, so Salford will get the ball back, but the touch judges are both on the field. The Wigan man is lying prostrate. And Keith Mills, the Wigan physiotherapist, is on there administering the treatment. And the Salford hooker, Ian Gormley, is going off for 10 minutes. There he goes. And that's a silly thing for Salford to do. Their coach was talking about keeping their discipline, and he's going to let them down.
That's right, but look, Andy now decides that he's got to put the defence under pressure. He kicks, and he goes following through and hits him above the shoulders again, and he's rightly dismissed from the field. And that's a silly thing to do, because of that silly thing, it means that Salford are now down to 12 as well, and that Wigan are on equal terms.
But it's also had the double effect of giving Wigan the opportunity to get 2 more points back towards Salford's score. A straightforward penalty for Kevin Iro. Well, it's not his day at the moment. Well, there must be bitter disappointment on the Wigan bench for that. Sloppy ball thrown out by Shaw. It's been picked up. They're looking to find a gap. And it was almost found by Jones, who knocked the ball forward in the tackle. Six minutes to go. Wigan's possession from the scrum. That was clever play. Tony Iro skips away from the tackle. Keeps going, Tony Iro, showing all his strength and resilience. But Byrne is caught, pulled back. The game has been quite breathless. A really fiery encounter. Salford leading 18-10. Anything can happen, and coming up now is Platten. Hanley, he's not far from the line, and Hanley's over. Ellery Hanley equals Keith Fielding's record of 165 touchdowns in the First Division, and what a time for him to do it.
Well, he's the captain of the club. He leads by example. We've said he's a superstar. There's always anticipation when he's got the ball, and Wigan are determined now to make use of the ball as often as they possibly can. They've got to subject Salford to as much pressure as they can. It's a straight run by Pat, but look at this, Hanley coming off it. The crowd know he steps inside Gibson. The sheer strength of the guy takes him hair-in for the line. What a try at the right time.
And 2 more points this time. Kevin Iro has got it right, and what a finish we've got in prospect now, because it's Salford 18, Wigan 16.
Here they go again, moving the ball out wide. They know they've got to score tries now. It's important they do just that. Hanley collects the pass, steps inside Gibson, and captain as he is, leading from the front, scores a try at the right time.
Potter finding Gregory. Always danger here, but the ball lost by Betts. And a penalty is given as well to Salford. Ellery Hanley wants an explanation, and another yellow card is going to be shown here, and it's Andy Gregory. Literally seconds left. And Salford knock it forward. Major's got a chase on here. Tony Iro did well to fall on it for Wigan, otherwise they would have been lost. And he's got the ball away. They're seeking to run it. There's one sting in the tail even yet. That's backing up from Case. And it was Shelford who got his hands on the ball. We've had 2 minutes of injury time. Still Wigan coming looking despairingly for points. And you'll know when the hooter has gone, because the red and white shirts will leap in the air if the scoreline remains the same. Potter, Shelford, he's got to give it now. Hampson's come up and tears through the middle, kicks over the top, Betts, and he was taken out of the play, and the referee says no penalty. This and it's still going as Hadley's taken out by Byrne. Another head tackle, and Byrne has been sent off. And that's not a 10-minute, he's off. Too many head tackles in this game, I'm afraid.
Well, this is sensational, but that sensation is for the wrong reasons, and Jed knows he's done it again. Stepping inside people, people still have the habit of going for the head. Hadley now picks up the ball, is going to have a go. The defence is closing on him, so he steps back inside, and already there it goes. Perhaps not a vicious one, but nonetheless, it was one that really matters, and the referee, rightly so, sends him off.
I said too many head tackles. One is too many. There shouldn't be any in rugby league. It was the open hand that caught Hadley, so therefore the injury is not a bad one. Hadley's able to continue. We've had 4 minutes of injury time. Been a lot of stoppages. But they've not detracted from the enjoyment factor of the game. As I said before, it's had a bit of everything as this one. Major. Surely that hooter can't be long delayed now. But can Salford get a final try? Waddle's looking for one. Shaw. Skipping through the tackles. Shaw. Still going. Yes, he's all right. And there's a chance here for Bentley. And there must be a final score for Ian Gormley. He's there. Gormley's over. It's victory for Salford now. Delight for Ian Gormley. Delight for the crowd. Despair for Wigan. And Salford have revenged that Lancashire Cup final defeat.
Well, the Salford bench has gone mad with delight, and so they rightly should. But it was inevitable, I saw, as Wigan had put everything into attack, despite their depleted numbers, and Salford maintained their form as well by moving the ball wide. Shaw coming into the game more now than he ever has done. Here they are. Waddle goes into the tackle, holds up the ball here. Shaw picks it up, sees his way blocked, runs round, pirouettes on one, gets the defence going, doesn't hold him down, gets back up, referee, move plays on, Bentley pushes him away, and he knows where he's going on. He's not going to give up the ghost. Down it goes, left, fantastic try.
So Ian Gormley is a hero for Salford. Only minutes having been signalled. Brown's kick, it almost doesn't matter, but it's through the sticks anyway. Well, what a sensational win this is going to be in Salford. It's 24 points to 16. Gormley is ecstatic, the match is over. Wigan have been beaten. Well, you'd have thought they'd have won the cup. And Paul Shaw is very much a hero. He scored a try and he made the last one as well. 24-16 the final score then. Salford getting 4 tries to Wigan's 3, but the result was always in doubt until that last-minute effort from Ian Gormley. Well, if David Watkins has managed to find his way through the crowd, he should by now be in the Salford dressing room with the man of the match.
This is a trophy for the Man of the Match award, and I have pleasure today in giving the Stones Bitter Man of the Match award to Paul Shaw, the Salford halfback. Congratulations, Paul, and well done. You must have enjoyed it, and going over for the try made it even better.
Yeah, it was very surprising that the try was allowed, but we're very glad because it is the first try of school for Salford. So
Well,
very good.
well done.